Hello, baby doll, and welcome to the Brennan Spears Show. Better weeks have only been had by Reagan and Genghis Khan. It's been a confusing couple of weeks here. I am in Franklin, Tennessee, just outside of Nashville. This is one of my favorite places on the planet. It's a town with a lot of character to it. It's very interesting. The topography is beautiful. I don't like that it's on a highway. I wish it was on an old country road somewhere, but that wouldn't make sense because Nashville's 20 minutes away. I just love this town. So last week I was in Lexington, Kentucky, and I was making my way from Red Hook, New York, down here to Franklin, Tennessee, just outside of Nashville. And I was staying at the Hilton in downtown Lexington. And I always, there isn't a company on the planet that has a bigger disparity between what their reputation is and what the hotels are actually like. Like, every time I stay in Hilton, why? This is the same price as the Marriott? What? It makes no sense to me. They are just the ugliest, most hideous hotel rooms in history. They are so ugly and dirty. Not always dirty, and they always get you because the entrance is beautiful. They re-update that every 5-10 years. But those rooms, once every 30 years, they might redo them. And they're hideous. They are so ugly. It's a god-awful Hilton. But I was down at the bar, and I just had a long couple days. And, I was kind of tired of thinking. And so I'm in the bourbon capital of the world, and I have a couple glasses of Eagle Rare. And there's a couple different boomers that come down and sit to me kind of in shifts. And I always like to talk to a boomer when I haven't watched TV in a while, because then you can figure out exactly what they're talking about on the news, because that's all they do is they regurgitate what's going on in the news to you. And it's so funny because it tricks me, because I don't watch ESPN or anything anymore. And then all of a sudden the bartender and this old man are sitting there talking about the Cleveland Browns. They're both fans. And they start talking back and forth, and they're actually keeping up with each other. I'm like, oh, these guys actually know what's going on in football. So I bring in a comment about, well, what's going to happen with this and this? I don't remember. And all of a sudden they just go quiet. And I was like, oh, they were repeating a conversation they had both seen on ESPN. They're just repeating talking points. And it really blows my mind every time. I don't know how I'm still surprised by it. But that's what they all do. They all watch the sports, and then they talk about the pre-approved list of things to talk about. And it's like the Kardashian fans, the Britney Spears fans. It's the exact same thing. Because it's just so boring. To bring up an original idea and see, okay, well, they seem like they know what's going on. Well, I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know anything about that. They don't think for themselves. And we wonder why this country's going this way. Guy sits there and tells me proudly, I'm past retirement age. I don't really care too much what happens anymore. Oh, so it's my kid's problem now. I'm going to be dead soon, and I just can't be bothered with this stuff anymore. Well, you're never bothered with it. That's why we're in the fucking mess we're in now, old man. Jesus Christ. You guys fell asleep at the wheel so goddamn hard. So goddamn hard, you just let these people do whatever the fuck they wanted. And you never questioned it for a second. Vietnam, Afghanistan, the whole thing. You guys sold us out, and then you want to be proud about it. Like, just get fucked. Fuck you. It's so fucking annoying. I don't care. So Afghanistan's falling apart, and people are acting like they're surprised. Like this has been going to be what the turnout of this was for the last 20 years. And I thought that everyone knew that. Like, if Trump was in the White House, or Biden or Bush or Obama, it didn't matter. Our control in Afghanistan was based on us spending $300 million in that country a day. $300 million from the American taxpayer to the people who controlled industry, the people who controlled the power plants, the people who controlled the government. Our power was based on washing money. It was based on washing money from the American taxpayer to the global security elite. Lockheed Martin, their stock rose 3,000% over the course of these last 20 years. Raytheon raised like 331%. That's what this was about. It was never about winning. It was about $300 million a day and how much of it they could get their grubby little hands on. And they say, well, we thought the Afghanistanian army would have put up a better fight. Why would they when you shut their money off? That's the only reason you had power there, was for the fucking money. And then you take the money away and it just collapses. Of course it does. Because all of a sudden the guys who control all the, what do they have in Afghanistan? They don't have oil. That's why we're still in Iraq. Because they have oil there. That's actually profitable. But the only thing you can sell in Afghanistan is weapons, basically. And I think they have some kind of minerals. Is it for like batteries or something? And opium. And opium's a big one. Like, why is it that there's no heroin problem in America September 11th, 1999? But then September 11th, 2005, there's a massive heroin problem in this country. Right after the CIA took control of the poppy fields in Afghanistan. Why is that? So they shut the money off and everything collapsed. Just like we knew it was going to. And people act like they're surprised. It blows my mind. How is this a surprise to you at all? Do you not understand the politics of this stuff? That it's only money. They never wanted a democratically elected government there. They said they wanted it. That's not what they wanted. They want to be able to take their cut of that $300 million a day. Forever. Forever. So now these companies need to come up with another excuse to steal this money. They're doing it through these booster shots that are coming out. Those are all paid for by the taxpayer. There's a bunch of different ways they do it. And I mean, if you're a smart businessman, that's what... If I was concerned about making a shit ton of money, I would come up with a product that the U.S. government is forced to buy from me. Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, that's how they're all making their money right now, is by defrauding the American taxpayer. Um, yeah, but it's funny because like all the guys in Afghanistan had to do was wait until the American money ran out. And then they just go and pick up their buried AKs, and they just go town to town and reclaim what they lost. All they had to do was wait. And they knew it. Within a lifetime, there are people still alive who saw the Russians do this same thing. Just wait them out and bleed them for everything you can get from them. And then when the time comes, you just go back to the way that the people who live there want to do business. And then saying that, oh, we have to stay in Afghanistan because of how they treat women. Come on. John Brennan doesn't give a shit about that, and you know it. John Brennan gives a shit because he can't collect that $300 million a day anymore. It's cutting into his commissions. That's why he cares. I don't know. Maybe I'm too nihilistic about all this stuff, but I can't buy it anymore. I've seen too much of it to believe we're the good guys in every situation. All right, that's all I got for this week. I hope you guys drive fast and take chances. And really get out there. See something new this week. Talk to a bunch of new people. Do you like my new art? I'm taking this from place to place as I travel across this country. A woman with a bunch of sores on her lips. Hope you all have a great week.